to Cascadia Hockey Podcast. How's everybody doing out there today?
Just so everybody's aware, we are half an hour into a conversation we've been going that will probably never see the light of day.
Yeah, precisely. Maybe down the line we'll start putting some lost episode nuggets out there.
What I'll do is I'll cut it up so that it makes like it's not what we said. I'll just take little sound bites from all of us and make these really ridiculous statements.
Yeah,
you know, and I just think that'd be fun.
Just like
fake news,
just like CNN.
Fake news, exactly.
CNN.
CNN.
It's like suddenly it's me going, they're fucking dumb.
Somebody's like, I'm turning this off.
Yusuf Alamaki, he's fucking dumb.
I never said that.
Well, we can arrange it so that you said that.
I know you can.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Corey Gaston. We're here with the Cascadia Hockey Podcast presented by Buried Puck Threads and AE Radio Studios. With me, as always, is the CEO, founder, and general misanthrope of Buried Puck Threads, Aaron Piper.
What's going on, everyone?
And in net for us, as usual, Kyle Houts.
Hello.
Dun, 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 dun.
I like that you brought a coffee drinking horn.
That
You're
was
the most Viking
rad.
motherfucker I know. You know that?
So you drink and then you stab someone in the skull with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's perfect.
I couldn't bring the actual skull of my enemy with me today because it was dirty. So it's in the wash.
And Barry Manilow is still alive.
That's very true.
With Tupac.
Bring me the skull of Barry Manilow.
So after a hiatus last week, we're back.
Yeah.
Miscommunication last week, but we had to take a break because there was a lot going on last week.
Where was I? I was in Canada.
Yeah, Slayer.
Yeah.
How was that?
Amazing.
Yeah?
My neck's still sore. Yeah. No, it was good, though. It was definitely a good
tell
time.
us who the lineup was because I just thought, wow.
Testament, Behemoth, Anthrax, Lamb of God, and Slayer.
That was Lamb.
So good.
The Anthrax is the one that
So
grabs
good.
me on that.
See,
Sounds of White Noise was one of the first metal albums I really got into.
love Anthrax, which is funny because for me, Travis's brothers were like the only metalhead kids in Finley.
Yeah.
And I had Attack of the Killer Bees.
Yeah.
From them, you know.
See, I never really got into Anthrax. I grew up more on Slayer was one of my first metal bands that I listened to. I never really got heavy into a lot of their albums. Like I just listened to a lot of the kind of the big songs on different albums. And, it wasn't really like a. I don't know. I think they were kind of a staple in my metal upbringing. So.
I started on Metallica and Megadeth like everyone else did in the early 90s when the Black Album came out. And I think for me, it was like, that was when Metallica started to go really mainstream and you felt like they were selling out, with the Black Album. So I'm like, I don't know, because punk rock was the thing before that. So I didn't want to do anything that was popular. Well, then I learned about Anthrax, and Anthrax wasn't getting a lot of airplay at that point. So I was like, oh, these guys are rad. So I started listening to Anthrax, and Sounds of White Noise was one of the first ones I remember that just like melted my face off. So.
Well, which is funny because that's after Joey Belladonna left and they got John Bush.
Right. It was like a whole new band
John Bush era, man. Sound of White Noise, Stomp, 442. There's a bunch of Anthrax records with John Bush that were just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of music, I mean, like, what are some of like the best hockey anthems? Like growing up, like there was
Gold, Black and Gold by Dropkick, dude.
There was a lot of like a lot of the metal that I listened to growing up was tied in with hockey. Like it was like my warm up music, like Master of Puppets, Trivium's Chaos Reigns, Pantera, anything.
It's so funny, dude. It's so funny that you bring this up because one of the wasn't last year, but the season before, Aaron and I are walking through the down by the locker rooms, heading back to the media room. Then we're walking down the tunnel, and
home or away?
Home.
Oh no, I'm just saying, was it the home or the away locker room we were close to?
It was the home locker room.
Okay.
And there was this Lady Gaga dubstep something.
Yeah, I was
coming out of there.
Say something before
and I looked over at him and I was like, It's not our game anymore, man.
No. Like
it's these kids are Jonesy and Shorzy. They're not. Oh, speaking of which, I got your flash drives.
Sweet.
Just sidetrack.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot about that. I was looking for that.
Okay, show's over now. We're going home.
Edit that out. I don't have anything of yours.
No. The funny thing is, like pregame warm-ups, they always. It's usually, I think it's James that brings the big boombox. I guess that's an outdated term. He brings the big Bluetooth speaker, and he. God, the music they play is just. Sorry, boys, but your music sucks.
So
it's terrible.
I just don't understand how it gets you amped.
No, I don't. Like a lot of it's just awful.
Yeah.
So a preseason game this past season, it was our last preseason game against Spokane, and Mike and Bob decided to give me full access to the team to get some shots for the game opener video. Well, part of those shots were they went outside because it was still September in the Tri-City, so the weather's nice. They went outside by where the bus parks and did their two-touch warm-ups out there. Mm-hmm. Big boombox. First song they choose to play, Kush by Dr. Dre, which then went on repeat 4 more times.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was like, really? This is not, like, it's a completely different generation now.
It is, yeah.
So not this past season, but the season before. Do you remember the end-of-year video? We used this song by Pink.
Yeah.
From, I think it was from Frozen. Max James picks that song out as the end-of-year video. Sorry, Maxie, I'm throwing you under the bus.
And I remember going, what?
Well, even Kat and I looked at each other like, that's what Jamesy and the boys came up with.
Last year's?
Not this past year, because this past year, what did we use?
This recent season.
The season before, to the end of 2017. It was Pink. I don't even remember what the name of the song was.
It was the season before that.
No, it was not. It was not this. It was not 2018. It was 2017. It was last year.
I can hear it. I just don't know the name of it.
Just Like Fire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the boys' decision to use that. And then we took
I didn't think it was bad,
took that process away from them this year. We said, we'll pick the song for you.
I didn't think that one was bad, though. I think it was kind of... It was all right.
You didn't have to edit the videos. You had to listen to it 90,000 times.
It wasn't... It's not a hockey song, though.
Like, no, it's not.
No. But, I mean, it fit the feeling of the close of the year and all that kind of shit. But it's like...
It was good for the mood.
Yeah.
But it wasn't... It's definitely not a hockey pump-up song. It's definitely not like a... Or for me, anyway.
No.
I don't know what these kids are listening to now.
I don't know. Well, so, every few times throughout the season, Michael let the boys have music during practice.
Oh, yeah.
And the last, 3 years, it's been Jamesy that'll be up there DJing during practice. And first off, he's ADD because he'll get about halfway through a song and then skip to the next one. I mean, that's how I listen to music, too, which makes me laugh. But, yeah, it's really weird, what kids are into now. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me anymore.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
Because I'm pushing 40, I guess.
So, so let's...
Okay, back to, what was the question? What was the original question?
Let's talk hockey music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got what's your warm-up mix? What's your, you're going to go play a game of... Street or hell, you're plugging in NHL 17 on the Xbox. What are you listening to in the background?
So,
and side note, has anybody ever seen the Hanson brothers in concert?
No. Hanson or the Hanson brothers? Because Hanson's still making music, right?
No, I do.
Like they never stopped.
No,
which is weird. But anyway.
The Hanson brothers is a Canadian punk rock band. Named after.
The Hansons.
The Hansons from Slapshot.
Heard of them, never seen them though.
They used to play once a year or so at Ray's.
Okay.
And it was all hockey.
Were they dressed like the Hanson brothers?
It was pub punk, dude, and it was but one of the guys might have been one of the Hanson brothers.
You could be right.
I think so.
I feel like I've heard about this before.
Yeah,
go look it up.
But I've seen them twice, and both times it was just amazing old punk rock dudes singing about hockey and banging on the glass, awesome. And it's absolutely
trying to listen to the fucking song.
Oh my god, that's the best scene in that whole fucking movie.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Can I ask you guys a personal question?
Going back to the national anthem.
Oh my god, that's spoiled back.
Have you guys ever seen Youngblood?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that or hear of it until I was in Germany, and it's my buddy Patrick. It's his favorite hockey movie, or one of his favorite hockey movies. I
question your buddy Patrick. Then I got about 20 minutes into it.
Great dude, though. Great dude. Patrick's awesome. But
it was on NHL Network because there's no hockey right now, so it's Youngblood. Like Rob Lowe's in it, Keanu Reeves is the goalie.
My god!
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze's in it.
It's definitely like
it's really bad.
Don't let your lady watch it alone because
you just lose her.
Yeah, she'll be somewhere else.
So when you Google the Hanson Brothers band, it brings up Hanson.
Oh goodness. So I think there's a lot of music that makes me think about hockey because they were tied in with the NHL EA games. So like one of the games that I actually have in my playlist is Push It by I think it's Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were on, I think, NHL 2000 or 2001, I think. And I don't know why, but that song has always stuck with me. I don't like any of the rest of the band's music, but
it's a good song.
I remember like the video montage at the beginning of the game, and just how the hits were coming in, and it was so intense. Like it was such a cool time for like that was like when I really started to get into hockey, and so stuff like that. And then like Limp Bizkit's "Rollin'" was on NHL Hits.
Ah, yeah, dude, the air raid mix.
Yes, and then.
Wait, is the air raid mix the one with DMX and?
Yeah.
Oh God, I love that mix.
That. And then what was another one?
Good old Freddie.
I think Fallout Boys.
My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark.
that was on I think NHL 16.
That was the first song that we used for the end of year video. The first year we started working with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. But so getting into Metallica, I got into it because of a guy I played hockey with.
Okay. What era of Metallica did you get into Metallica?
So I was in his car. We were going to practice, and he said, "If you guys can tell me the name of the song, I'll give you $10." I'm a high school kid. I'm a freshman, and I'm like, I was trying really hard. I was like, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah,
but it was the Master of Puppets on the S&M album.
Okay.
So since then, like that was my hockey road trip mix was like the entire S&M album. Like
I love the S&M album.
Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park.
Yeah. Okay,
that entire album. And then when I was in Korea,
K-pop.
Yes,
really
exactly.
Got you fired up for hockey.
Gangnam Style. No.
You come on the ice like that?
That was when Trivium's In Waves came out.
I would watch the shit out of somebody on ice doing the Gangnam Dance, dude. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness, man. No, and they played it. They played it at the Anyang Halla games. Oh my goodness.
The Psy song. They played that at the games.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They played that everywhere. You'd hear it in the bathroom. You'd hear it in your head.
Everybody at the urinals.
You'd hear it in your head while you're trying to go to sleep at night. Like
I'm not gonna.
how it was
I'm
in
not
Korea.
gonna lie. I like that song.
Yeah, it's in
I
my.
like
It's
it
my
a lot.
I like the video just because you can tell he does not take himself seriously at all.
Dude, the fact that he screams at a woman's ass for no apparent.
No, that was so. Yeah, and that song came out while I was living in Gangnam. So
wow.
I was already balls deep in it without realizing it. Like I was like, I'm here now. This is happening. But no, like traveling to the rink in Korea was a trip because it was like I had to get on the train. I lived just so I was like just south of Gangnam. Like it was like I'd walk out the gate at the base, the tiny little base I was at in Korea, K-16. Take a look to the right, and there was like the Seoul border, and the train ride was like 45 minutes to an hour to get to Mokdong Stadium, and it was a lot of Trivium, a lot of Slipknot, a lot of Slayer, and I mean that was like my pre-game jam.
Slipknot is one of those bands I can always fall back on.
Oh my god!
Like
dude.
I'm having a day where I'm just like I'm not feeling anything, and if I just put on like Duality, just gets me in the mood.
The second I hear Corey scream the fucking lyrics at the beginning of the Disaster piece, when he's like, I'm gonna slit your throat and fuck the wound.
Yep.
That's the most aggressive thing I'd ever heard in my life, and I was like, I may have discovered it when I was getting divorced, but
well, Iowa might be one of the most aggressive albums ever made.
Oh
so.
yeah.
Oh man. Man. For me, man, growing up, in Findlay, I didn't have access to ice very much, so we played roller hockey.
Oh yeah,
street hockey for me because where I grew up in Nevada, there was no ice.
Yeah,
none.
yeah,
it was all inline.
So out here in Findlay, there was a basketball court between the middle school and the elementary school, and that basketball court was perfect. And there were two, and all the hoops at the opposite end were double posted. So we had our own goals. They were super small, and you had to learn to be good, but we had our own goals built in, and so that's how we started.
We used trash cans.
And man, I would go out there because I lived literally across the street from the school. So even when I couldn't get a game together, I was over there with my headphones on, taking shots at that, those two bars. And it was, for me, it was a lot of local stuff, small and Spy Dial and bands from the Tri-Cities. But, dude, it was No Effects, Bad Religion, and Dropkick Murphys.
Dropkicks is
Dropkick is hockey music to me. Like if you, they are connected in my brain.
They performed at a Winter Classic too.
Well, yeah, but what's there's the line in Rose Tattoo, Black and Gold. This one's for our favorite game. Yeah, they're hockey fans. They're all Boston. Fans. They loved the Red Sox and the Patriots and all that. But when it comes down to it, you see them in a Boston Bruins jersey more than you'll see them in anything else.
Well, the last song on Sing Loud, Sing Proud is Go Go Black and Gold. And then the first song is for Boston. Is they play that at the Bruins games. I love Dropkick so much it makes me sad that I'm not a Bruins fan and I can't figure out how to be. I've tried. No, I don't care. I hate them. Fuck them.
You want to talk about? So I think that every hockey team in every league in every place should be required to play "The Boys Are Back in Town" at the first game of every season.
Oh, dude.
Seriously.
Dude.
I think that should be a written rule. If you're going to be a part of ice hockey in any way, shape, or fashion, when your season starts, the first song you play when they hit the ice is "The Boys Are Back in Town."
The Boys Are Back in Town.
Yep.
The boys are back.
Yep.
The boys are back.
Well, there's also Back in Black.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one for a lot of teams.
Yeah. Yep.
All I know is the only song that should never be associated with hockey that needs to be expunged from the public memory is fucking Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
My hatred for that runs deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, as a matter of fact,
I have no opinion on it. I guess
the first season that I did stuff for the AMs.
Yeah.
There was an Instagram post from me literally every night I worked, when they would play Cotton Eye Joe, of me going, I fucking hate this song. It was the same video every time, maybe from a different angle.
My wife brings up a good point about the Cotton Eye Joe and what goes on at the Tri-City Americans about halfway through the third period of every game is, if we're
you want to die
in a society that's so much about equality and all, why aren't the ladies encouraged to take their shirts off and throw them around?
From the bear booth, you are ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she brings up a really good point. I'm just going to, we don't have to talk about that anymore.
I would not.
Be the first one.
I would not throw them out.
I would encourage it. Actually, that's what we do when we go home. She takes it off and we play Cotton Eye Joe in the bedroom.
Now the song or the act?
The song.
Okay.
I'm going to heckle your bedroom from now on.
I'm going to bang on your glass window.
Turn it off! Aaron, God damn it. Anya, don't encourage this.
Man, I opened myself up for that one.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe can die. House of Pain, Jump Around's another good one. I like it.
I like that song.
So, yeah, the funny thing was in Korea, it was kind of like the only music they played in that stadium in Anyang was like Jock Jam's One. Oh! It was amazing.
Oh, so you get like 2 unlimited?
Yeah, and then like every time somebody would go, like anytime that the Holla would go on a power play, it was I've Got the Power.
Oh God, that's awesome!
Amazing,
that's awesome.
Like they came out.
CNC Music Factory.
What's that?
CNC Music Factory. I've got the power.
Yeah, that one.
Wow.
Yeah, and oh man, it was fantastic. That's one thing I miss about Korea is them being stuck in the early '90s.
Was it this one?
Yeah, let's hear it. 'Dude, we don't hear that part.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Dude, we don't hear that part. 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 Dude, we don't he sounds familiar. Is that the song though?
It's like the most jock jammy song ever.
Yeah, but a lot of them are usually played like halfway through.
Yeah, no limit by Two Unlimited.
Nice.
Yeah.
Copyright Two Unlimited. We do not own the rights to anything I just did.
It's gonna get muted on like Facebook and Instagram.
So
it's far enough in, nobody will notice.
We talked about a wide array of music and playlists and stuff we've listened to when playing hockey. I'm going to throw this question to you. What do you think is the best goal celebration song? The best. Man. I want you to pick one. I can give you a bunch that I don't think are the best.
Oh.
And Spokane Chiefs, I'm going to call you out. Your goal song sucks really bad. Who wants to hear a polka-themed song after a goal is scored?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, dude. The Venga Brothers song was fucking dumb, too.
Which one was that? The
Ams did for years.
Oh, yeah. Up until this past season,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, and I'm sorry, Ams, I don't like the one you picked. Isn't that like a WWE theme song that they put in there?
I don't even remember what it was.
I looked it up a couple weeks ago because I didn't know what it was, and it brought me back to like a WWE soundtrack is where that song came from.
There's actually a lot of wrestling music.
Yeah, there's a lot of songs that have kind of branched across different sports. I mean, I think...
What do you think?
One that kind of stands out to me, I don't know if I like it though, but it sounds kind of iconic, is the one that the Chicago Blackhawks
I was just going to say I hate the one the Chicago Blackhawks
use. I don't know...
What?
If I get that excited about
Boston
it.
Bruins used that one that da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na. That's what Boston uses after their goal celebration. What is the one Chicago uses?
I forget the name of it.
It's not na-na-na-na-na-na-na. No, who uses
Blackhawks.
I know what you're talking. A lot of people use that song though.
Yeah, a lot of people do, and they used it in Chelsea Dagger. They used it in Frankfurt too.
Okay.
That's probably why I have like some kind of attachment to it.
You know, one of the songs that I'm not a big fan of the song, but it fits so perfectly is Nashville. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Yeah.
Like I can't stand that song at all, but it
works.
just
It works for what it is. Yeah.
Somebody, when the Ams were picking...
Oh, that's the horn.
The Ams were picking what song should we use last year, and a lot of people were saying, let's use that. I'm like, no, it won't work here. It works in Nashville. It wouldn't work here in the Tri-Cities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's all right. It's not my favorite.
I think it's okay. I think it's kind of fitting to get the crowd going.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, see, that's the one.
It's easy to kind of like make noise too and sing along with. You know.
Yeah. See, in Spokane, when I was up there last season for a game, and the song that they use, and I keep calling it out because it was terrible, it makes the whole 10,000 people in there sound like a bunch of zombies that are just clapping along to a polka song. There's no excitement. The one thing you got to say about the Ams is the song's important, but what makes that environment crazy at the Toyota Center is when they score, everyone just gets loud. They're not really following along with anything.
Right.
They were with that, whatever song they were using a couple years ago.
That was the Venga Bus song.
Right. Yep. Which actually, dude, hey, that was what the Norfolk Admirals used to use way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because when it went...
That one's okay.
Then it would go, when it got to the part where it kind of slowed down, the thing was, we're gonna beat the hell out of you. That was what the whole crowd would say. I remember that because that was like my first experience with a goal song.
That's a good one. I like that one.
I don't think many people use that anymore, though.
No.
You know what's funny is that we were having this discussion and we were talking about other sports earlier. I'm a soccer fan.
Yes.
And I have always been, like, that's one of the things that drew me to soccer was soccer songs. Because it's just a bunch of people.
Are there soccer songs?
There's, oh my God, it's a huge culture.
But is there like songs that play after the goals are scored? Because the only thing I know about soccer is when they score, it's goal!
That's only South America.
Okay.
I don't remember. I've been to some Sounders matches, and I don't
so recall. The Sounders lets it
I just
fall.
see fire.
Dude, Timbers.
A lot of fire at a
lot of
Sounders
fire,
game.
yeah.
Nice.
The Timbers have like 5 or 6 different songs.
Timbers are the Portland team. Correct?
Portland team.
Yeah.
My
You like
team.
them?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
In England, Liverpool, their song is "You'll Never Walk Alone," which Dropkick just did a cover of on their 11 Songs of Pain and Glory.
Great album.
but the it's like these songs that have nothing to do with what's going on.
Right.
Like there's a lot of soccer chants, the Rose City Till I Die and all that. But there's a bunch of these songs that is just like, okay, so you've all seen Euro Trip.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And he's like, well, you want to sing the Man U song. And he sings, my baby takes the... That's actually their song.
That's awesome.
Somebody knocking?
No, I was beating on the table.
Okay. I thought somebody was trying to break in.
But that's actually Man U's song. If you go to Man U, when they score, everyone sings,
wow,
my baby takes the morning train. And it's like...
That doesn't feel like a celebration song.
It's just a bunch of drunk people saying the same stuff.
It's a happy kind of like sing along.
It would be kind of a cool thing if that was embraced.
Yeah.
Personally, that's what I don't know.
Here's the thing though, is like sometimes it's not so much like a pump up song. It's kind of like a community thing, like getting them involved. Because some songs have history with it. I was trying to look up I can't remember who it was. A team in Finland, they've been using the same goal song since like 1970.
Wow.
And
it's just ingrained in the culture now.
Yeah, it's ingrained in the culture. They're never going to get rid of it, because they won that year, so they kept with it, and it meant a lot to them. I can't remember the name of the song. It sounds goofy, but and then you got Detroit.
Yeah.
Every time they win a game, towards the end of the game, they play "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey.
Yeah.
Just because it mentions Detroit in the song.
Sure. But, South Detroit, which is actually Windsor, Ontario.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they play it at the end of every home win. And then even no, they did win. They did win the last game in the Joe. That's right.
Yeah. Wait. Did they?
I think they did.
I don't remember.
I think it ended
I think you're right. Because they kind of got better by... Corey, you're a Red Wings fan. Did they win the last game at the Joe?
No.
They did not.
But they still played it.
They lost it.
They still played it.
Yeah, they played it.
They have to at that point.
Yeah.
But
that was
but did they carry that song over to Little Caesars Arena?
Okay.
That's a Red Wings thing now.
Cool.
Yeah. And a song I loathe.
You don't like it?
I don't.
Oh, I'm not a fan of the song. You know why I don't like?
But you know what? I don't care. I'll still sing it every time.
Oh yeah.
All the Kennewick schools around here, for Friday Night Football, they all play that song and do things with like their camera, the flashlights on their camera.
The day the lighter is gone.
Yeah, and they'll. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no lighters anymore. But we play. Richland plays. There's 3 Kennewick teams, and they all do it. Kamaikan, Kennewick, Southridge all play that song, and their student section, they like bring parts of the song down. It's just really annoying. You'd have to be there. It just drives me crazy. That's why I don't like that song, because I used to hear it a lot. Over the last 4 years, I heard it like 20 some times.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. Well, I thought I'd throw that question out. I don't know what I would pick as my favorite one single. Let's mix it up. Let's have a different song for each goal.
I'm going to throw one out there for you.
Okay.
As one I've never heard.
Okay.
I've never heard used. It's completely different a vibe than you would expect. I would like just the goal drops and the bass line for Steve Miller's "The Joker" comes in. Doom doom doo doo doom doom doo doo doom doom. Just super mellow, so everybody's like, yes.
There's not a lot of energy to it.
There's not, but it would. No.
I think that find another place in the evening's entertainment to put that in there. I think it'd be a great song in there.
Yeah.
Sweet Caroline was in Carolina.
Oh my God!
They
really?
always played that one. Yeah, like I went to a few Hurricanes games while I was living in Fort Bragg, and that was kind of their staple song. I don't know if it was more of like, I don't think it was a goal song, but I think it was like just kind of a third period, get the crowd going kind of thing.
It's funny, Carolina Hurricanes. That arena sits out in the middle of nowhere, man.
Yeah.
It's in Cary, North. I used to drive through there a lot, going down to Raleigh.
And I
saw it like from the edge of the road. It literally looks like it's an arena that comes out of the middle of the trees and there's nothing else around it. You're driving down the interstate.
And
there's PNC Arena, or whatever it's called.
Whatever they fucking call it. Yeah, and then like Stanford is right next to it.
Stanford?
Or not Stanford. Whatever.
UNC or
no, it's not UNC.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I can't remember the name of that university. Is it Stanford?
No, it's not. Stanford's in California.
What am I thinking of? Anyway, but their football stadium's right next to it, and it's.
Sorry, I just wanted to throw that because the first time I ever saw it was like, that's where the Hurricanes play.
It smells like farmland out there.
Yeah, it really. Well, it's because it's surrounded by farm and swampland. So
exactly, that's why their mascot's a fucking pig.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
It is. Have you seen their mascot?
Yeah.
For the Hurricanes or for...
I forget what his name is, though.
Damn it. What's that fucking college that's down there? Seton Hall?
No.
God, anyway.
I'm looking it up. It's going to bother me.
Okay, well, Kyle's looking that up. Hockey news. There's been a lot happening in the last 2 weeks.
Woo!
First off, from a Cascadia hockey standpoint, Everett bowed out 6 games. Swift Current took them out. Everett had a great season, though.
It was a noble fight.
It was a noble fight. Swift Current was just, I guess they were built to win that. But then they go to the Memorial Cup, and they didn't win a game in the round robin. They're already out. They're already out. Swift Current's already back home now. What else happened? Wenatchee Wild made it to the semifinals of the RBC Cup before getting knocked out, which
Chilliwack won.
Chilliwack Bruins went on to win that.
No, Chiefs.
Chiefs, sorry.
Yep.
Used to be a Chilliwack. No, New Brunswick Bruins.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway, all those little towns up there.
No, Bruins were the WHL team that lasted like 2 or 3 seasons.
Was that Chilliwack or New? There was also a New Brunswick Bruins too, because the New Brunswick Bruins became the Tri-City Americans.
I was going to say that's the Tri-City Americans.
Yeah,
but no, the Chilliwack Bruins were a team. Remember, I brought.
Oh
one of the
yeah.
Yep. So
that was the team that Chilliwack got after they lost the bid to buy the Tri-Cities back in the mid '80s or early 2000s, right? Because Chilliwack Bruins were like early 2000s.
I confused my timelines because
I think that's
a lot of Bruins,
which is why our color scheme was yellow and black when they first got here.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, because of the New Brunswick Bruins thing. Yeah. Kyle and I were talking Wednesday night, and then this morning too.
Is the NHL still going?
No.
It's done? Oh, okay.
That's where I was going with this. I wanted to give, because you started an interesting conversation the other night when we were out at dinner, talking about the comments and where everybody's at with Vegas right now.
So I have some stuff written down.
Kyle, literally, I'm looking at his notepad right now. He wrote this.
I have some shit to get off my chest.
All right.
So
the soapbox is yours, my friend.
Oh man. Oh boy, here we go. So I do not like going into the comment sections on Facebook or Twitter, especially Twitter. I just don't like it because I know when I go in there, something's gonna just like hit a nerve, and I'm gonna want to respond. And I'm going to think that whatever I say is going to reach out to somebody.
And it never does.
But here's my thing.
Reach out, son.
So somebody said something. Somebody said something that finally, like, just last straw, kind of like, tipped me over.
The big vein in the top of his forehead was popping out at this point.
Growing up in Nevada, hockey was not a big thing. I played inline hockey. We didn't even have a facility to play home games in. We went to Reno for all of our games. Drove 5 hours every other weekend to play 2 games inline hockey. That was how dedicated we were. Some fuckmook on Facebook.
That's a scientific term.
It is. It's the part. No, never mind. It's the part of the body where. No, it's the flap. So
uber taint.
Also referred to as the gooch.
No. So some fuckmook. I'll keep with the name. He wrote, "I'll bet you anything nobody in Vegas knew what hockey was before this season." And I was like, "All right, listen here, fucker. What is so wrong about growing the wonderful sport of hockey? What is so wrong about youth hockey increasing? What is so wrong about hockey? Fans, like more hockey fans. What is wrong with that? Like everybody was a new hockey fan at one point. Mm-hmm. Every city, like when they got their team, like the fucking Minnesota Wild. Mm-hmm. Minnesota's a hockey state, but like the Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Dallas Stars,
Nashville,
all those guys
Predators.
Created culture.
Yeah, hockey is growing. It's going to fucking China soon.
Oh yeah, well it's already in China as far as the Bruins do a lot over there already.
Yeah, so San Jose too.
Yeah,
and I went on there and I was like, what is so wrong with the growing the sport? His comment is gone now.
So when you responded to his original comment, he deleted the original comment.
A lot of people were giving him shit along the same lines.
Good.
And he deleted it.
Good.
Awesome.
So I felt like that was a victory you don't often get in social media. But like, here's my thing. Like, everybody's calling this shit rigged. Everybody's calling this like, they're like, oh, Vegas is stacked. Oh, Bettman's buying the teams. Like, shut the fuck up. All right, listen.
Bettman's buying the team.
What was everybody?
Shut up.
Yeah, I don't.
Bettman doesn't spend money. Bettman's all about making money.
Yeah, it's a business, by the way. But also, like, a lot of the arguments that are on Facebook saying it's rigged or stacked, none of these fuckers know how to spell. They're fucking stupid. Anyway,
babies.
Yeah. So
lol.
Oh, no.
Retweet.
So I want to jump on this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's funny that this is coming up in our conversation because this was actually a big topic last night on my other podcast that I do. Is gatekeeping. I love hockey,
Are you the
but
gatekeeper?
I was born without a competitive gene. I'm not a competitive person. If we play a game and you win,
cool.
We played a game. That was fun.
That's
right
awesome.
on.
I like to win. I like to win, but I'm not gonna. I'm salty in shootout losses. I will admit.
All right.
When I lose in a shootout, I don't fucking win.
But here's the thing. I'm not desensitized to winning and losing.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a competitive person, and I never have been. And so there's this like whole culture, especially in the other half of my life, than in the nerd realm. Of gatekeeping, of people who are like, this is mine and I'm better at it than you are. And you're not as big of a fan because you didn't see this interview in Fantagraphics or whatever.
God.
You know what I mean? And so when I see that fall over into the sports world and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, you're only going to do yourself a disservice. It's the same thing with how we look at the world in general. Is everybody wants to divide and you stay over there and this is my thing right here. And we have to stop doing that as a culture. But to do that, I mean, you got to embrace new people.
Yeah. I get excited when I'm anywhere and I see another hockey fan.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care if it's a team I don't like. I'm like, fuck yeah, you like hockey? You know, like, I love it. I fail to see what is so wrong with that. Like, I love all hockey. I do. Like, I've got so many different jerseys in my room. Like, people are like, I thought you were a Red Wings fan. I thought, you were Vegas. And I was like, fuck, I love hockey. Just call it that.
You can be a fan of a team, but also enjoy other teams.
Yeah, I love watching Minnesota. I love watching
which is something we all have in common.
Yeah, I love watching Tampa on occasion. I love watching Detroit, Vegas, all those. I mean, I watch little kids, playing hockey. At the rink when I'm driving Zamboni. It's like it's fun to me. It's always fun.
Last season, I got up one morning to watch SWX coverage of the tournament that was going on at Rink B on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
On TV, and I was like, oh wow, they're playing like under 18 tournaments here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
I want to give you my story because I haven't shared this and it'll just take me a minute. But one of the reasons I got into hockey is because it wasn't popular when I got into it.
It was that the punk rock.
It was
sport,
exactly.
Dude.
It was that punk rock underground. Nobody really knew a whole lot about it. I loved it because it wasn't football, it wasn't baseball, it wasn't basketball. It was
gave you an exclusive feeling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was this mysterious thing that not a lot of people in where I grew up at knew about. The Admirals had been there for a while, and people knew kind of what hockey was. But when I started playing was one thing, but then when first Admirals game I went to, seeing it live, high speed on the ice, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And not a lot of people knew about it. Fast forward, this was late 90s. Fast forward to 2004. Yes, 2004. Tampa Bay Lightning, Philadelphia Flyers, Eastern Conference Finals. Tampa knocked Philly out in 7 games, went on to play the Calgary Flames, went on to win the Cup. There was a lot of people that year, myself included, that said, Tampa shouldn't win the Cup. They're a Florida team. Calgary's a Canadian team. They should be the ones to win. This is a disgrace to the game. 14 years ago, that was my outlook on it because it was still my thing. I was being that gatekeeper at that point. How the hell can Tampa Bay become a part of this? Fast forward to now, every freaking opportunity, and this has been within the last 5 to 10 years for me, but every opportunity to grow the game, I don't care where it's at, I'm going to get behind it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Here's one of the stupid arguments that I've heard people say, hockey won't work in the desert. How long have the Coyotes been in Arizona, for one thing?
Yeah.
I mean, hockey's been here, which we're in Washington State, but we're in the desert of Washington State for all you fuckers that didn't know that it doesn't rain 300 days a year on this side of the state. It's been in here for 30 years.
Yep.
Vegas has had hockey before. They had an IHL team there for a while back in the day.
Rebels.
Yeah.
And
UNLV's got their hockey team that is a big deal.
You know if he even has an inline team.
I know.
I didn't know that. That was pretty cool.
The fact of the matter is, if you are a true fan of the game, then be a true fan of the game.
There you go.
Get behind it in every way that you can. It's easy for us right now to get behind NHL to Seattle, right? I mean, we're in Washington State. We'd love to see an NHL team.
I want it accessible.
But
that's what I want.
But look at all the people that aren't from our area that are coming to it now and getting on board with it, because you're growing it to now 32 teams, which, by the way, June 19th or 20th, the league is expected to make an announcement on that. So, but you're growing the game. People are getting behind it. My boy Kwame, the whole reason he made Soul on Ice was to help grow the game from a minority perspective. People that said, well, it's not really a black sport, Well, if you look at the history of it, there's a lot of black players that have come through it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's my little rant. I used to be that gatekeeper. If you're a gatekeeper, get off your fucking soapbox and get behind the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's in every aspect of it.
Yeah,
But so anti-gatekeeping is kind of the mission statement of Cascadia Hockey and Barry's Puck Threads. It's inclusiveness, and we're trying to bring as many people kicking and screaming to this game and be like, just give it a second.
Hockey is one of those sports where it's definitely got a really strong community, and you don't see this as much in like basketball or whatever. Like when the whole Humboldt thing happened, all the money they raised, when
money they're still raising.
Yeah, I mean, and you see all the players doing all this awesome stuff for the community, and and typically it goes against their kind of like their appearance on the ice as big bruisers and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Like Todd Bertuzzi was not known to be a friendly guy on the ice, but off the ice, he's, from what I understand, was a pretty friendly guy. He was always going to schools and stuff and helping out with the community. And people don't understand that, like, the hockey players are just, I think, some of the classiest people on earth.
Mm-hmm. You want a good example of that is, let's go back to a couple years ago at the All-Star game, where the write-in vote from the fans.
Oh my goodness!
John Scott.
I can talk about John Scott for days.
Yeah. Right.
That was a story.
And then how the league tried to be a gatekeeper to that one.
Right.
Fuck
but
you.
That
NHL
dude handled that weekend with grace and class that you wouldn't associate with a goon type guy.
And all those guys who were legit all-stars were behind him the whole way.
The fake fight 100%. With Patrick Kane was awesome.
Oh my God.
Fight.
Yeah.
That was great.
Dude, when was the last time you gave a shit about the All-Star game? Honestly.
It'd been a while.
It's fun to watch, but
that made me watch it.
I actively watched it. Yeah.
That made, and it was like, and after that, like, it's just been kind of like, okay, cool.
Yeah, but that's my point.
That was the best All-Star game I've seen.
Yeah, if you haven't read his book, I highly recommend you read his book.
Yeah.
A Guy Like Me.
I didn't know it was up.
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Now I know.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it was a very, like, just shit like that, and seeing how the hockey community responded was amazing. Mm-hmm. Like,
that's a good example of who we are.
Yeah, and he wasn't, a stats guy.
Nope.
But I mean, I feel like he belonged.
Here's a good example of the character of hockey players in general. How many times do we see the headlines that an NFL player was arrested for whatever reason? How many times? More than we
every
can
time
count,
we
right?
turn around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How many times do you hear about a hockey player being arrested for anything? Yeah. Remember when Patrick Kane, love him or hate him, but when he was brought up on rape charges or whatever, and it was turned out to be a whole big fiasco?
Yeah.
Like, that was a huge thing for one player at that point.
That was the last big one I can think of.
And I remember
Semyon Varlamov was in some trouble.
Yeah, some domestic stuff. Mike Richards getting caught with drugs crossing the border. Yeah. But once again, these are a couple of slight incidents. Yeah, exactly. It's so normal.
With the NFL and the NBA, it's like
in an elevator.
Yeah. What's that?
It's not beating the hell out of your wife in an elevator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Who did that?
Some
guy from Baltimore. Was it Rice? Oh. Ray Rice? Or
was it Ray Lewis?
No, well, Ray Lewis, that was a whole nother. I was actually in Atlanta.
Wasn't he involved in a murder or something?
I was in Atlanta.
Yeah, he got away with it too, I think.
2000. I was in Atlanta at the Super Bowl the night that shit all went down, where he supposedly got in trouble. I don't know what happened, but anyway, yeah. I mean, you're talking murder charges, rape charges, beating the hell out of your girlfriend / wife charges,
dog pit fighting,
Scarface,
oh my God,
cocaine.
yes.
Oh. That was an hour from where I grew up, Surrey, Virginia.
Fucking Michael Vick.
Did you know where Surrey was at? So do you remember?
A little bit.
Suffolk was kind of the outlier for the Hampton Roads
kind
area.
of like East Coast is still kind of like a big.
So from where you were at in Hampton, Vic went to high school like 20 minutes from Fort Eustis.
Wow.
Michael Vick, yeah. And then that whole dogfight. But yeah, you're right. I mean, immorality,
it's...
You can't... You don't fucking big babies that don't know how to handle money is what it really boils down to.
The one I can think of in the NHL right now who's kind of an asshole like that is Evander Kane. That guy doesn't really handle his money well, or
he doesn't handle his
off-ice conduct.
Yeah, I get it, but once again, that's a one-off.
Yeah,
it's a one-off.
Two, but for him too.
Who's the second?
No, for him too.
Oh yeah,
he's been in trouble more than once. But I mean, that's it.
But I'm just saying him as that one person.
How often do you hear about this kind of stuff with hockey?
You don't.
And it's always in the news for NFL. Like when I was living in Tacoma, I think one of the the Seahawks players, he got like a DUI, crashed his Corvette into like a light post or something.
Yeah,
and of course he paid his way out of it. You know.
Yep. I mean, it happens. I think it's just part of, I don't know, it's part of the culture, that the way you're brought up. I mean, a lot of hockey players is class and good people, straight up. And they prove it. They put their money where their mouth is.
Well, the culture around football is based around money.
The culture around football is based around the individual.
Yeah.
And the culture in hockey is based around the team.
NBA. Yeah. Okay, so remember the whole thing during the Olympics in Russia with Oshie. So I saw it was like a meme or something like that. And LeBron James was talking about how he won the championship for his team, and it was all about him. And they counted like how many times he said "I" in his interview versus TJ Oshie saying "we."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was staggering.
That is at the heart of the whole thing. Is you never hear "I."
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to another hockey apparel company right now, Violent Gentlemen. A lot of the stuff that they make, they're saying on there is "we, not me."
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's so true in the hockey community. It's "we, not me."
Yeah.
Why did Everett beat the Tri-Cities in the playoffs this year? Because they were the better team.
They were playing as a unit.
Not saying that Tri-Cities wasn't playing as a unit, but we said this in one of our first podcasts. Tri-Cities had more talent on the team than Everett did, and more high-end talent.
Sorry, I'm fucking 12. Still laughing over here. I'm like, wiener.
I'm a wiener. But you know what I'm saying? It's because the better team unit won that series. Same thing with Swift Current against Everett.
And that's what I was just looking at too. Was one of the things that I think puts Vegas in favor of Washington right now. Is when you talk about Vegas, you talk about the team, the Golden Misfits,
The common bond is nobody else wanted us, here we are.
Yeah, and Washington, everybody's like, Ovi this, Ovi that. I'm like, Ovi's not going to fucking win it for you.
No.
Ovi is not, he's good.
What do you got?
I don't get me wrong, I would like to see a cup in his hands, but not before Vegas right now. So, but like, Ovi's not going to win it for you guys. I'm sorry.
But let me ask you this. You guys both respond to this on that.
Yeah.
Do you get the feeling that Ovi feels that way? I don't get the feeling that Ovi feels like the team is on his back.
No.
That's the people, that's the media and stuff
that's the expectation. So you're right. But I mean, that's what everybody's kind of relying it on. Right. It's like, they're relying on Ovi right now. And what if they fail? Yep. Who are they going to blame?
Yeah.
They're going to say, nobody else was playing like Ovi was, or maybe Ovi wasn't playing. It's kind of like the same thing with the Montreal Canadiens. Every time Carey Price is out, they shit the bed.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
And it's just like, there are teams that, rely on one or two guys, but...
Ovi's a man possessed right now, I'll say that, but he's not doing it for any selfish reasons, in my opinion.
No.
He wants to bring a cup to Washington.
You saw how he reacted at the end of that last game. He was with his team.
Absolutely.
He was a captain. He was a leader, and he was there for his team. That's the thing.
And the same with Vegas. All those guys, every time they've won a series, man, they're together.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. No, that's the thing with Vegas is they mesh so well.
Yep.
They are just. I don't know how anybody can doubt them right now. There's.
I can't wait to watch this series.
It's going to be great. I hate the fact it doesn't start till Monday.
That
was a long time off, in my opinion. 5 days between the last.
Yeah.
Usually it starts within 2 or 3, but whatever.
I'm at home, just kind of in the corner, shaking and crying.
Yeah.
trying to play NHL 18 to hold me over.
Yeah, NHL on NBC Sports, their Instagram page, like every day, it's SpongeBob with a long face. Day one of no hockey.
Yeah,
it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So I think who did I send that to yesterday? I sent somebody something. I think it was. Let me see here. I'll pull up the message. I thought it was pretty funny.
This has been an episode for the books. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, we've gone on a long time, but hey, it's been a good
conversation. It's good conversation. Cascadia Hockey brought to you by Buried Puck Threads and AE Radio Studios. Keep looking for your thing.
I found it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Day one. No hockey until Monday.
With SpongeBob with the long face, right?
Yeah. Day one. No hockey until Monday.
Well, hey, real quick, I want to encourage everyone listening. We threw a bunch of stuff out there this week, especially music. Music's big to all of us here. We grew up on everything. Let's start a conversation. Let us know. What do you guys like listening to when you're playing hockey or at the rink? What gets you pumped up? Hello at buriedpuckthreads.com. Send us an email. Comment on the stuff we put up on social media for the episode. All that kind of stuff. Let's talk it out. We gave you the conversation. Now talk amongst yourselves.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook,
all of it.
All the LinkedIn.
Yeah. And a lot of times, my Twitch viewers, they talk to me in my Discord or on the stream. So
the Twitch channel again is
twitch.tv/Houtzenstein. HOUTZENSTEIN.
And Mr. Houtzenstein is going to help us get some Buried Puck Twitch stuff going here soon. I can show how bad I am at NHL 18.
We'll get there.
I'm really bad. NHL 15, I kicked ass. I got to 18. I'm like, oh God, this is hard.
We need to get
hard.
We need to get
18.
Tim on here too, my buddy Tim.
Yeah, for real.
Tim, I'm coming for you. All right, I'm going to call you someday, and we're going to talk hockey on here.
Game 1 predictions before we go. Game 1 predictions.
I got Vegas.
Vegas in 6.
Yep.
Well, I didn't ask you to call the whole series. Just
I'm calling
Vegas in 6. I'm hearing a lot of caps in 6. Vegas in 6. I'm not going to call the series, but I do think Vegas takes game 1.
I think
that environment.
Takes game 1.
Vegas.
I was thinking about this. Not only is Vegas in the Stanley Cup Finals, they were not some 16th seed wild card.
Nope.
That barely made it in and went on an incredible run. They've got home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Dude, you can't tell me that this season isn't just a
magical.
Here it is.
That's the only word for it.
Oh, yeah. And they're loving it. They're eating it up. Fleury's loving it.
And as Kyle and I were walking in this morning to do this, we both said, and they're built for a long run.
Yep.
Yeah.
This isn't a one and done for them. I'm not saying they're going to win the next 5 straight cups. But
they have shit up their sleeve for.
I honestly expect to be wearing a Knights Stanley Cup championship hat by the end of the summer.
And George McPhee, you are a genius because now both of the teams that you've helped build are playing each other. So good luck.
Good work
with that. Yeah.
I do want to end on one thing real quick. A guy I know from Germany. Well, he's from Canada, but Bob Sullivan passed away today at the age of 60. He owned the rink that I played at in Germany, in Mannheim, and he was a really nice guy. One time he might have complimented my goalie playing, so I was pretty flattered by it. He played for the Hartford Whalers for a year, and then kind of bounced around Europe a little bit. But he passed away. I'm not sure of the details, but it was kind of a downer on me today. But I gave me some time to reflect on. That was my first championship win, was in his rink. Awesome. So, and a lot of times we'd go up and have a beer with him, and he was really, really nice guy. And it sucks he's gone. So,
and he will be remembered though. So
absolutely.
Well said. Well said.
So.
All right, Corey, you want to bring us on home?
Absolutely.
Bring me home.
To be fair. Aaron said, to be fair. Dude, apparently that's a thing. It is taken off all over the place.
Yeah.
I have to do it at least once in every podcast.
So customers are starting to do it.
Oh, God.
Because we do it around the shop all the time. Oh, my God.
That's awesome. Building culture.
All right. So for Cascadia Hockey, I am Corey Gaston. With me, as always, is Aaron.
Yeah.
And Kyle.
Oh, hi.
No, this is the opposite. We're saying bye.
Oh.
We're just leading into the next episode.
Have fun storming the castle.
Next week, we're going to have some NHL Stanley Cup series.
Oh, we'll be right in the thick of it.
To talk about. We'll probably be pretty excited. And
Junior will all be done at that. By this time next week, it'll just be NHL.
I'm going to be wearing an obnoxious amount of Vegas shit for the next while.
And we're totally okay with that. Totally okay with
Vegas
that.
jersey every day.
Thank you guys for listening listening so much. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great one.